I've been wanting to go tiny for several years. We raised 4 children. Our youngest is still with us, he's 16. The other 3 are all adults and out on their own, and we just don't need the space and the maintenance of a full-size house anymore. So I was researching what type of tiny house I wanted. I was leaning yurt for a while, and then I was leaning tiny houses. We went to a tiny house festival, and we had an RV at the time, and parked right next to us were 3 bluebird schoolies, and that was the first time I ever saw a schoolie. And then I started researching schoolies, and that's what led me to my decision that it had to be a school bus because we could be mobile and still kind of living the RV lifestyle, but more 4-season, full-time. We have 3 dogs. We have 2 huskies and a husky lab mix that will be traveling with us. 2 of them have camped with us their whole lives. They're 8 and 9, but then we have a younger one who's 3, and she has never experienced camping or traveling. So it's gonna be interesting with 3 dogs in here. It should be fun, but we're gonna figure it out. So right now it's Pete, myself, and our son Elijah, who's 16. We are not full-time living in it yet. We still have a house. We are hoping by fall next year, we will either be renting or selling our home and hitting the road. Elijah is doubling up this year so he can graduate. He has a Toyota Warrior, so he may follow behind us or pursue other things, but we plan to hit the road in about a year. We plan to travel across the United States. I'd like to see all the national parks. My goal is to get to Zion. I've always wanted to go to Zion National Park, hence one of the reasons for the name of the bus.
So our bus is a 2003 Bluebird. It's 36 foot long, about 200 square feet-ish. It's got 170,000 miles on it. It was a Jersey bus, so it was from down south. It hasn't seen a lot of salt. When we bought the bus, it had the double door. First thing we did was took the door off, bolted the 2 metals together, got a framework to build a cedar door out of, took the glass out of the original doors to put in this so it's DOT glass. That was the first thing we did, was build the door for this bus when we got it. So we've got 480 watt solar panels on top, which if you can see, I mounted them on threaded rods so I can extend those rods up to tilt those panels to get optimal sunlight depending on where we were parked.
So after we finished the door, we worked on the painting. I did most of it by hand with brushes and rollers. I picked out the colors and tackled that completely by myself. Up there you will see our very first security camera. Works off solar for charging and Wi-Fi. Comes on at night, spots people, the light comes on, and it records for 10 seconds. So that's nice to have for security once we get on the road. So I wanted to have a touch key to get in just in case we lose the key or anything happens. It's just nice to have a code. You can get into your door pretty quickly. Everything inside and outside the bus is obviously pretty rustic, so I loved the hinges, I loved this pull. Kind of went with our vibe and our look. At Schoolie Swarm, we decided to bring some of our Herkimer diamonds. We've been mining for Herkimers probably 20 years or more. We started out going to like the Herkimer KOA and the public campgrounds that had mines, and then we found out about getting a claim. So we found this one mine called Diamond Acres, and we got on the list for a claim. We were on the list for about 4 years, and one spot opened up, and we went up and talked to the owner, and she said, show me you're interested, be here every weekend this summer, and we'll talk at the end of the summer. So Pete went up every weekend that summer, and at the end of the summer, she's like, the claim is yours. So we have our own claim. These stones all came out of it. We love to share them with people that we meet. Sometimes we sell them. Something we've been doing as a family for a long time. So this is where our refrigerator sits behind the canopy. You can't see, but the vent is on the roof under the solar panel. These are also air vents to pull in the air to go up and out. We do have a 12-volt fan up there that helps push the hot air out. Our exterior outlets right there. And then our propane tank mounted here, about an 80-gallon propane tank. We only use the propane for cooking, for hot water, and for the refrigerator when our batteries are low. And then the muffler for the diesel heater that's in the back bedroom. So as we come around the back of the bus, you can see we replaced the upper lights and just put in LED spotlights. We did it on the front as well, just so we have a way to light things up as we're pulling in and parking somewhere. Coming around this way, this is our water filling for our fresh holding tank. Our hot water instantaneous water heater. This is our shore power. And then we have one gray tank here and one gray tank up here. And then the muffler for the other diesel heater that's in the front of the bus. And then our first Schoolie Swarm sticker because this is our first time here at Swarm. When we bought it, the seats had all been removed and she had put down the subfloor, and that's where she tapped out and said, I can't do this. We ripped up the subfloor. It wasn't the greatest and redid it, and then
Insulated it this time.
Yep, and then started with the solar closet.
Hey guys, this is Justin from Mobile Dwellings, and I'm so sorry to interrupt, but you might have just seen there that Pete installed 2 EG4 server rack batteries in his battery bank. They are a fantastic choice, and the best place to buy them is at Signature Solar. I've got a coupon code for you to get some money off. It's called MobileGet50, but in the future it's going to change. So you can see a new one at schooliesupport.com, where you can check the description for the updated one if it's been a little while since this video was released. Thanks so much for listening, and back to the tour.
We ran all of our wires in these channels, and then these are all just screwed on and off for easy access if we ever need to check or add any type of wiring. They're pretty easily accessible. We wanted to build it ourselves so we knew where everything was, and if anything ever was a problem, we knew how to track it down, fix it ourselves.
So before I started building this, I had built probably 200 homes, everything but the wiring. I've done all the plumbing in homes. So I had a good idea on how to build. Got in here and realized that you might as well throw your level away, because there's no way to use a level in a bus because it rocks, it moves. Everything has to be measured off walls with a square, or it's a little learning curve to build in a bus as opposed to building a house. When we started to build, we wanted to use a lot of reclaimed lumber.
Rough cut
lumber. I actually ran into some Amish people that their barn had burnt the week before. So I bought some lumber from them that was burnt in their last fire, and he's like, what are you gonna do with that? That's junk. I was like, you'll see. So I've turned it into the dash. I used a couple pieces up above. There's some more in the back.
He used to work at a scrapyard, and any antique that would come through, he would not let it get destroyed. So he has salvaged many beautiful old pieces of metal that we've reused. I love going antiquing and going to yard sales and flea markets. So a lot of the pieces I would just pick up along the way and know that they were going to end up in whatever tiny house we were going to. I have a background in art. I went to Syracuse University. So art has always been a passion of mine, and I have a certain aesthetic that I wanted this to be. Definitely a bohemian hippie vibe. So this is a wisteria vine that my husband found on a hike, which we loved, and we've carried it around for quite some time and finally decided where it was going to live. So it lives there. This is one of 4 wall divider panels that I found on Facebook Marketplace, and I've used all of them throughout the bus. That one just covers the heater area. And then the trim was part of the divider that we used in quite a few different places. The cabinets up here are all my husband's storage. This is one of our 12-volt panels. We have 2. This one controls a lot of the front of the bus. We have a lot of stones that we've collected and mined over the years. This is a little antique school bus that my husband got for me for a present. This is the jump seat. So we have a little slide out down here that you can put your feet on and ride, and it has a seat belt here. Also storage underneath it and a big drawer for lights. Inside the storage is our hammock chair. This is the hammock that hooks to the steel frame. So I have a swinging hammock chair that goes here. So as you leave the driver's area, you come into our kitchen. This is our little kitchenette area. It seats 2 people. We do have a chair stored in our solar closet to sit a 3rd person. Then this drops down. It makes either a couch or a bed. Our son sleeps on this. This piece we picked up from a schoolie at a flea market. He had a whole bunch of stained glass pieces, and we bought the 2, and then I made the other 2 little ones and put it together. So that was the first person I ever met that lived in a schoolie, so I had to get something from him. Everything is black walnut. Pete and I made these ourselves. We bought the large pieces, cut them, planed them, sand them, and finished them with the Rubio's monocoat. We decided we wanted to keep all of the windows just for all the natural light, so we do have Reflectix for each of the windows up here, and then in the back I've sewn them into the curtains back there, which I intend to do up here as well. In our kitchen area, we have a 4-burner stove, an oven, our Berkey water filter. I wanted mostly open shelving up top. This piece up here was from a different woodworker. Picked up a slab from him, cut it and milled it and sanded it down. But we did one closed just for the plates and the cups. And then of course we hang our beautiful coffee mugs there next to our little coffee maker. This is our trash. opens like that. It has one diesel heater back there. The vents are down here. These handles I got at an antique store. All the boards on the ceiling were also a find. These were from an old barn that my husband helped take down. A lot of the barn wood in here was from a barn that we took down. These are from a recovery house. They let the guys do milling and woodworking there, so we bought all the boards from them to support their work. We have a Max Air fan here, right over the stove, and then the emergency window for when I'm cooking. That's why I lined it up here, just so I have good airflow and don't set off any smoke alarms. It's an RV fridge and freezer, so it can run on propane and off of our batteries. Every little space that we could fit a drawer or a shelf, we did. We did have to bring an antique coffee grinder. We have one in our house. We have the Crystal Arcade one in our house, and we use it every single day, so the bus had to have one as well. So this one came from a friend in Vermont, and we love it. So as we leave the kitchen and come into the hallway, we have the pantry here. Microwave, little storage up here, storage with some baskets. Underneath right now is the litter box because my son's cat is with us, so that tucks under there nicely. To the left here is our bathroom. We have a shower. On this side, we have our sink and vanity and storage down here. On this side, a couple of baskets for storage here as well. The door is on a slider. We did heavy drawer slides for all of our doors, full-length mirror. And then this is another one of the panels like we had up front. This one is our solar closet. We have a little over 10 kilowatts of battery power. We have a little less than 2,000 watts of solar on our roof, 2 MPPT chargers and our inverter, everything else in there. Coming down a little farther, we have my closet. It's lined with all cedar. I keep all my clothes, all my shoes, and some of my tools in there as well. And then this slider is for the composting toilet section of the bathroom. And as we leave the hallway, we enter into the bedroom. Immediately on this side is our washer dryer combo. We have one mattress over here on a slat that we built that pulls out, and then the cushion drops down to meet up with this bed, which is a jackknife sofa from an RV. So we can fold this up and have 2 couches basically with a walk-through. Eventually we will have a deck on the back and an overhanging roof deck with a ladder going up. So we wanted to make sure we had a passageway through, but then also to have a huge bed because we have 3 big dogs. We kept one of the emergency hatches because this is also going to have ladder access to the rooftop deck when we have that. So my husband built this little removable piece with a screen in it so that we can get some fresh air and not too many bugs. On this side of the bedroom, I made my little office space. So I just have a small office chair, a cherry piece of wood that we bought and finished. This drops down, have my monitor here. And then on this side, we have our TV. And on the back wall above the door, we have our mini split for air conditioning and heat as needed. What's the most important thing to you? Like, do you want to spend your time maintaining a house, maintaining a yard, maintaining things and stuff? Or do you want to enjoy doing things, going places, meeting people, antiquing, going to festivals, whatever it is?
Clean your house in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I can
Done.
front to back,
Run the
15 minutes.
room through and it's over.
Yeah. I think it's important to look at how you want to spend your time. And I want to spend my time enjoying my life and not taking care of
We've already worked 40 years of our life and I'm over it.
Yep.
Been there, done it, don't want to do it anymore.
Yep.
Thank you so much, Angie and Pete, for showing us your wonderful rig. I hope you guys get on the road and to Zion National Park very soon. And if you are also building a rig, or maybe you are traveling full-time with your family, or maybe you just got a friend who built something really cool, if you want to make a video with me, let me know. I've got a Google form below with just a couple questions for you to fill out, and I'll do my best to make it happen. If you want to show off your rig and tell your story on Mobile Dwellings, I'd be honored to do that with you. Check it out below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.